This week's qualifying challenge took racers to the 3.7 miles and 17 turns of Sebring International Raceway. The car was the Porsche 911 GT1 98, an R-Class beast featuring a turbocharged flat 6 capable of producing 550 brake horsepower. The nature of this racing dedicated car led a lot of drivers to head over to the assist menu and switch traction control on. Now, traction control, also known as TCS, is a way of reducing wheel spin during acceleration by allowing the car's electronics to reduce power when its sensors notice that your tyres are beginning to slip. That's all well and good, but to find out what this means from a driving perspective, I jumped in with two racers to see how they fared. GTR Knee on the right hand side of the screen is running TCS, while AMS Roadrunner on the left is one of the few who left that assist turned off. It's a short run down to turn 1, both of them flicking to third gear, just push through the apex, knees a little bit wide there, he's going to have a wild run on the outside, but it's turn 2 that's interesting. Let's actually pause it just here. You can see Roadrunner on the left there is all over that curb, trying to shorten that corner as much as he can. Knee on the right hand side of the screen, meanwhile, he's got all 4 wheels level on the tarmac. That's so the traction control doesn't kick in and obstruct his power as he tries to accelerate out of this corner. Now turns 3 and 4, very similar lines from both drivers. A little bit of correction there from Roadrunner on the exit, but if we pause it, you can see the Corvette sign there. Roadrunner has an advantage coming out of Sector 1. It's a push now down this main straight and towards the first hairpin, both of them spotting that 300 marker. Let's pause it right there though before they jump into the corner, because Roadrunner is about to throw a little bit of handbrake in to get that car rotated on the apex. Knee, though, doesn't have that tool at his disposal, and that's because if he throws the rear of the car out, locks the rear tyres up with the handbrake, he's going to activate that traction control. So you can see them now as they both go through this corner. There it is, a little touch from Roadrunner at the apex, and both of them accelerating out. Now this is basically a straight, we'll call it a straight, even though it's got a right and a left in it, before we come to the second hairpin here. It's spotting that 300 marker down once again, and the acceleration zone on the far side of this will suit Knee just fine. Look at all that work Roadrunner's doing on the steering wheel. That's because he can't just power down with traction control. We pause it there and we can see Knee has made back all of that time he lost in the first sector. Now, a little bit of a right-hander here. You don't want to touch that curb on the outside, no matter if you've got traction control or not. That'll just bounce your car around and into this very fast double left and hard braking. You don't want to touch the curb on the inside here either, but here on the left hand side you can see Roadrunner's hooked his left 2 tyres over the curb, and that's going to help his car rotate, help him keep his power in as he comes through. Knee can't do that because traction control will kick in and slow down those rear tyres. Second to last corner on the lap, extend on the left, push through the apex, and straight now down that straight. Little bit of a wild ride there from Roadrunner, but it hasn't lost many speed. You can see it on both of the dashboards there. Absolutely identical. Full commitment now into the final turn, turn 17, brake at that first bumper, and then push around. But coming out of this corner, right now, Roadrunner is feathering the throttle and Knee has full commitment, allowing the electronics to do the work. And that, ultimately, as we stop it on the line, is what's given Knee just that tiny, tiny advantage over these 2 laps. So it's interesting to see how 2 very different driving styles have produced lap times that are almost identical. With no clear winner between the 2, the choice of whether to use traction control or not is more or less a matter of taste and what each driver's used to. With the Forza Racing Championship's grand final at the 24 Hours of Le Mans fast approaching, it'll be interesting to see whether the new car and track combinations favour drivers such as AMS Roadrunner or GTR Knee.